And from Pasadena, California, I've come to the first nationwide test in the United States of the new Kia K4. Not the sedan. This is the hatchback. I tested the sedan before. It starts at $22,000. How much does this one cost? If it costs more, I'll tell you about it later. But in terms of dimensions, is this one longer or shorter? Well, this one is shorter than the sedan. But surprisingly, they've managed something wonderful inside regarding space, even though it's shorter than the sedan. Is there anything new with this engine? I'll cover that next in this video. First national test drive of the Kia K hatchback. Welcome. At the front, you'll see inspiration from the Kia electric vehicle 9, especially in the headlights. The front grille features Kia's signature tiger nose, a traditional design element. Good functionality at the top and also good functionality at the bottom for cooling, air intake, adaptive cruise control. This comes standard in the Grand Touring Line model. I think even from the base model, which is a good thing. All of them, the Kia K hatchbacks, come with adaptive cruise control. An important detail about the body color. I'll talk to you more about this body color later, because it's exclusive for this model. We have sensors and a front camera since it's well-equipped. In terms of safety features, the headlights, we'll find daytime running lights and also the micro lenses that are inspired by the design. What can I say about the Kia electric vehicle 9? The electric one? I think it's a design. The Cadillac Escalade started experimenting with that design, and the Kia K4 takes inspiration from the Kia electric vehicle 9. For this type of front headlight, which I think looks good, it's a micro lens with LED technology. Continuing the tour, we see a pretty clean line. We don't see, let's say, too many crazy contours. I think it's a clean design, but at the same time contemporary, it has its modern touch. And one of the things I noticed is that while we were driving it on the highways, it stands out. Of course, this eye-catching color is exclusive to the hatchback. If you're going to buy the sedan has other colors, but this color, kind of like mustard, is exclusive to the hatchback. It stands out not just for its color, but also its style. I think it will attract attention. It's no longer the everyday uniform that could eventually become the everyday uniform. I think this hatch will sell well. For now, the standout feature is the wheels, which look good and give it a sporty feel. I like, let's say, how it's been designed, and also in that glossy black tone, I think it looks pretty good. These are 18 inches. For the hatchback, they start at 17 inches and go up. This one is 18 inches. I think it's a pretty nice design. Here we have 235 millimeters of width, and, as I said, the rims are 18 inches. Continuing with this part of the design, where we have the hatch component, well, starting from here, I like the door. Look where the handles are. The handle isn't the usual shape, but it's well embedded and integrated. In this case, the handle is vertical. I think it's one of those details that people like in a vehicle with a pretty modern style. And also in terms of the engine. A key factor in choosing between the Kia K Quattro, Honda Civic, or Mazda is the type of engine. There are two engine options, and it's important for you to understand that. This one is turbocharged, but first I'll tell you about the base model, the base or standard model. It comes with a 2-liter engine that's not turbocharged, and it's paired with a continuously variable transmission. It delivers 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. That's not this one. This Grand Touring Line model features a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine that delivers significantly more power, 190 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. Instead of a continuously variable transmission, it features an 8-speed automatic transmission. Here's how it affected the driving dynamics, which I'll describe in the test drive, since I recently drove it myself. The sedan in this one, with the turbocharged engine and 8-speed automatic transmission, have better driving dynamics. I felt it was much more stable and had a much looser dynamic. I drove this sedan a few weeks ago and may have a video comparing it to the Toyota Corolla, but I preferred this one. The turbocharged engine has better performance, but I'll tell you about that now as I share my first driving impression of this Kia K hatchback. If you're a driver who appreciates the driving dynamics of a vehicle, this version, the one with the turbo, is the one you should buy, because it will be more satisfying. I liked it more than the standard driving experience I had the chance to try with the other K. The one with the continuously variable transmission, of course. Here we're talking about an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's a transmission that, from what I've driven, doesn't get confused. Smooth gear transitions, no problems, and with that turbo, The 190 horsepower delivers a great driving experience. It's pleasant, of course, as long as you don't have to go up really steep hills because there it can struggle a bit, for obvious reasons, but on flat terrain, on the road, on the highway, you won't have any trouble overtaking or passing another vehicle. I mean, you're good. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7 seconds, which is impressive for this type of vehicle. I find it quite stable, with good control, not too much body roll, especially when I was driving through the mountains, when I had the chance to go through some steeper ones. The control feels, the driving itself feels pleasant. With a good driving position, quite comfortable. It also has excellent visibility and a wide field of view. There's no mirror or camera here, but this is a standard mirror. You can add a camera if you want to install one. I'll even leave you a link in the description to a very good product I had the chance to promote, which is the AutoCast. It's a mirror. It offers many features you might like. Without a camera or projection in the mirror, how many driving modes are there? Well, you have the normal one, let's say. For everyday driving, you have the sport mode. Here I put it in sport mode. I'm going to accelerate a bit. I'm stepping on it. Of course. No. Response. Don't expect an immediate response like in a sports car. Yes, it's 190 horsepower, but you're not talking about 300. You're not talking about what they call a hot hatch. A hatch like the Honda Civic Type R or the Volkswagen Golf R. No, but still, it has its own thing. It has the acceleration, the right punch of acceleration to overtake a vehicle on the highway. You can easily overtake with the right amount of power. It's there at your disposal. Now let's see what's new inside. What has Kia done with the interior? Although it's shorter than the sedan, there's something impressive about the interior. But first, yes, like and subscribe to the correct channel, Freedy Car Power. 360 others are copying and cloning my videos, which isn't fair. People who steal content aren't good. They should suck on other things, but not my content. So I ask you to make sure it's the Freedy Car Power 360 channel. 360. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because we really work hard. We come to these events to bring useful information for people who are interested in the market for a vehicle like this, which is a popular vehicle. So, I really appreciate your support. Subscribe to my channel and report it if you find another channel with my content. The reports show that it's not legal. Well, let's go inside. The Kia K's interior cabin has a standout feature. Let's remember that the dimensions of the vehicle are 11 inches shorter than the sedan. 11 inches is a considerable number when we're talking about the dimensions of a vehicle, but they've managed to make sure that the interior dimensions of this cabin don't compromise. There's no compromise on comfort. The rear legroom is still the best in its segment and remains the same, and the front space is also the same as the sedan. There's no real compromise in this cabin, even though it's 11 inches shorter. This version, the hatchback we have in terms of technology, well, a connected screen, infotainment screen. This one doesn't have a driver-oriented layout. It's completely, let's say, straight. In this sense, do you see this little figure from Toy Story? You can configure this here. Well, I'm going to hit cancel, but these little figures themselves, you can. There are a series of figures, themes, if you like them. Just like on your phone, you can configure, let's say, the wallpaper, the graphic part of the phone itself. Here, you can do it too. And it has different movie themes. Is that a new feature on this Kia hatchback? We already know the instrument panel provides good info. Center, speedometer, left, more info. Right, vehicle graphic. Everything is very functional and high quality. The steering wheel matches the sedan's flat-bottom design. Drive modes are activated here, with audio controls here and adaptive cruise control here. Here we have a texture. Well, it's smooth, but it has a graphic design that makes it look like a different texture. But it's not just a visual accent detail. Here we have the different modes for temperature control, climate, ventilation. All of this is also very similar to what we have in the sedan. Wireless charging for your phone. Good space here. This is interesting. Your gear lever? 8-speed automatic shifts. Here you have a 12-volt port that some vehicles no longer include. This is the cigarette lighter. This one keeps it. USB-C to connect your phone. It has several USB-C ports. And this part here is the cup holder. But I like the functionality it has because you can expand the size. This is something Kia has done in other vehicles. You can also expand the size for bigger cups or even place an iPad there. These small, interesting details add value to this cabin. The camera here. Look at the different camera angles. We can set them. You have the graphical representation there. We can see that we're in a kind of semi-desert area. All that, and the different angles of it. The camera also has very good definition. The storage space here in the center console is pretty small, but, well, it's enough. This is the key to your Kia K4. Now, let's discuss the seats and check out the headrest in this light color. We've seen the Grand Touring line and this seat style in other Kia models too. I like this combination too. It gives a premium look, though the Grand Touring line does cost more. Let's go to the back now and I'll show you the legroom. This rear seat is actually quite comfortable. If you're thinking about how your passengers are going to travel, how your kids are going to travel, there's enough space here and, as I said, the legroom is the best in its segment. That space hasn't been compromised, even though it's shorter in the hatchback version. You have a pocket, just one pocket. Look, this is interesting. Just one pocket here, and it's not really a pocket, it's an elastic mesh. And this part from Kia, which Kia puts here to hang your jacket, coat, or however you call it in your country, is another feature they've added. The armrest has a couple of cup holders here in the back, and let's see. In terms of versatility, I'm going to fold these seats. You have USB-C ports, a compartment, and air conditioning vents. But there are no rear air conditioning controls in this model. But anyway, let's do this. Look, let's do this, and let's do this here. Let's lower this so you can see the space. Look, the space. In fact, follow me so I can show you this from here. Look at this. Look at all that space. With the seats folded down, the seat backs folded, you have a good amount of space. So the hatchback is much more functional than that sedan. So the concept is interesting, let's say. If you're looking for a versatile vehicle, I think the hatchback version of the K Quattro could be a very interesting option for you. Now, if you're wondering what kind of drive it has front-wheel drive. It doesn't offer all-wheel drive. When it comes to some competing vehicles, I think the one from Mazda offers you all-wheel drive, and the Corolla in its hybrid version also offers you all-wheel drive. That could be a disadvantage, but honestly, for most buyers of this vehicle, I really don't think it's an important factor, unless it's a factor for you, depending on the topography and geography where you live. Having all-wheel drive, well, of course, might not be the best option, but neither the K Quattro hatchback nor the sedan offers all-wheel drive. As you may have noticed, I'm here with my colleague Drew, my travel companion, but I'll let him introduce himself. How are you?
Hi, I'm Drew Hardesty from Car Confections.
Here you go, Car Confections on YouTube. His channel is called Car Confections, and you can find him there. But let's talk about fuel consumption, which is very important. So, does this one use more or less? Well, basically, since it has the same engine, we're talking about an average of 28 miles per gallon. That's the average between highway driving and city driving, 28 miles per gallon. That puts it somewhere close to the Honda Civic, the Hatch, and also the Mazda. So it's competing more or less in terms of fuel consumption, 28 miles per gallon. And what's the price difference for this hatchback? Obviously, with a different style, I'd say it's athletic and flexible. In general terms, I like it. I'm attracted to what they've done. In terms of design, of course, a new product always looks nice. We'll see as they start selling. By the way, this week it will be available at dealerships, at dealers. Here in the United States, the Kia Quattro hatchback, with its sporty, flexible design, you could already buy it. How much? For the LX, the most basic model, it's the cheapest. We're talking about $25,000 plus destination charges, which add about $1,000 more. I've explained destination charges in another video. The sedan, that one is cheaper. It starts at $22,000, the cheapest model. This one starts at $25,000. It's a bit more. I've already told you about all the benefits and features that make it stand out from the sedan and, let's say, a bit better. Let me know what you think about the price of $25,000 for this Kia K hatchback. Alright, there you have it, the new Kia K4 hatchback. If you had to choose between the Kia K4, the sedan, and the hatchback, which one do you like more? Which one would you like to have? What do you really like the most? Thinking about a Kia K4? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you like the color? Comment, subscribe, and remember, Freddy. Car Power 360. I thank you from the bottom of my heart and take a look at my channel because I have other things as well. Oh, and I have a video here that you're going to love too. Let me know what you think, okay? From California, beautiful setting. Thanks to everyone at Kia. Big hug. Bye.